I am a major procrastinator when it comes to um doing anything. No, I meant to say like when it comes to recording voiceovers, like sometimes I'm just in the flow and sometimes I'm not. And recently, well, the last couple months, I suppose, several weeks has been quite yeah, I just didn't do much really, but now, all right, I'm bringing you this amazing content, which is basically me building in The Sims 2 after like months of not playing The Sims 2. Like until I started playing The Sims 4 like for real, I um yeah, it's not like I started playing The Sims 4. I kind of warmed up to it because my dissertation, my undergraduate dissertation was about The Sims 4, and so in order to um like write about it, I had to obviously play it a bit, right? And so I did, and but until then, like until probably like autumn, like late autumn last year, I didn't play The Sims 4. I didn't like playing The Sims 4, and I thought so lame. But that's also because I only had the base game until June last year, so until Eco Lifestyle came out, and there was only as you know you can't do much with like just one expansion pack, and I had one stuff pack. Okay, I don't even know why I had it, but right, to speak about what you're looking at, it was just so interesting to like go back to The Sims 2 and um like building it, like building. I was surprised because I know that like Lil Simsy, she did like a video on playing The Sims 2. The thing is, she never really played it in The Sims 2, or maybe it wasn't Lil Simsy. Maybe it was this Australian, is James Turner. Maybe it was him, like about like building in The Sims 2 after like building in The Sims 4 mostly, and it's such a change because well, for me the major difference was like how you like how everything's arranged, not even the fact that you can't like just press alt and put things regardless of the grid, or that you can't really, you have to like type in the cheat in order to rotate objects at 45 degrees or something like that. It wasn't a major difference, and it surprised me, but it was actually the kind of the layout of the build and buy mode, um, the arrangement of the options. Like how where you click to get to what you want to put in the building. So like in order to so in a Sims 4 you have like you have a few options, so you can you know, arrange things by function, or you go or by room. You can go to that list where you like pick appliances and I don't know, comfort and surfaces and storage, which always confused me anyway. Like I always go into storage to find like shelves, and then I'm like, oh yeah, shells are not in storage, they are in surfaces, and it happens every single time. And I've been playing it for months, so yeah, that's weird. And yeah, so that was the main difference for me, and that surprised me. So yeah, I downloaded The Sims 2 for my new computer, and basically I've not played The Sims 2 since I got my new computer, because I only had a Sims 4 on it, because I thought, you know, that's why I bought it, so that I can like run the game on like a decent computer on with Origin. So yeah, I thought I really like building things like kind of not the regular house stuff. Like Lil Zimzy always builds the like suburban houses, and it's nothing like I've seen. It's nothing like anything I see on an everyday basis where I live, because I live in Poland, and we don't have, American suburban houses. Um, we have suburban houses now, but they look very different. They look very different. I'm not gonna start to like describe them because it's kind of depressing. Um, most of them are very, they just look very fake, and yeah. And so I thought I'm gonna make something simple in The Sims to like warm up, and I just made cabins because, like, cabins. Is that what you call them? I call them cabins in my head. But basically it's those, like, those things that are kind of semi permanent, but they're cheap and you can live there and it's kind of cool. Also, at the moment, I'm reading this book called 13, 13 Floors, 13 pięter, 13 Floors by Philip Philip Springer. Philip Springer, suppose. That's how you pronounce it. Maybe not. And it's about like housing, and yeah, about housing and like the housing crisis, and about how people live and get mortgages and stuff. It's kind of depressing. And then I'm like, I'm 24, and a lot of people, it's just slightly older than me, and they're starting to think. Sorry, it's still early. I only had one coffee, so yeah. People are starting to talk about like mortgages and like buying flats instead of, because they're like, I want to get on the property ladder. I don't want to rent because it's losing money and paying off someone else's mortgage. Well, my relationship with like housing is kind of, I don't know. I've lived like not in my home country. I've lived abroad for like a few years now, 7, coming up to 7, and like buying a flat is not something that I think I will do in the next 10 years at least, even if I could, because it's pointless for me, because I live abroad, and there is not like a place where I'm kind of settled or anything. So yeah, I'm young and I'm unsettled. Yeah. And when I was, okay, listen, when I was placing this rug, which is the EA Sports whatever basketball rug, that's when I felt like that's when I felt the pain of not being able to place things with Alt and half tiles, because because there was not a good placement of this rug. And I think that when it comes to The Sims 2 and the Alt thing and half tiles, I think that placing rugs and sofas maybe, but placing rugs is like the worst thing, because there is not a good place for that rug. But what I really like about this, though, okay, so furniture in this cabin house thing, it's kind of mismatched, and it was meant to be mismatched. Yeah, and that's when I was done. That's when I was done with like the first house, and then I took a little break in recording, and then I started building the second one. So I thought I'm gonna fit 4 on this, but this video is only gonna be like 20 minutes long, because I actually put it in real time, because I thought there was no point in like making this double speed, because I have lots of things to talk about. Okay, lots of them. So yeah, The Sims and like houses and stuff. Yeah, so I started building a second cabin, and they weren't designed for like anyone in particular, but then I ended up like I wanted to move someone in so I can like see what, I don't know, just use them. Oh, and that's funny because then I also remembered that in The Sims 2 you can't like when you use the hammer to like delete stuff, you have to do it tile by tile. Like you can't just click and drag like in Essence 4, which is also it's a bit patchy in Essence 4 anyway. It's kind of cool that you can delete like the tiles, and when you delete tiles, you only delete tiles and nothing else. That's pretty cool because then you can like, you know, when you're doing like the outside of the house, it's kind of useful because you don't want to delete everything on in your backyard. You just want to, if you have a backyard, you know, in a traditional house, but that's a different thing. You don't want to delete everything. You just want to change, like you don't want to say you don't want to have like tiles. You just want like stone, whatever, grass. So that's cool. But then in Essence 2, you have to like click every single tile individually, and then the quicker way to do it is like you press control, or that, at least in my game. I don't know if the key arrangements are kind of different. You just have to like press control and just kind of drag the mouse. So yeah, and then in this cabin I kind of went for the same layout as in the first one. So the bathroom is kind of here, and you don't have a tub, you just have a shower. And so it's not good for people with babies. That's really annoying to me. Like when you have a baby in The Sims, you have to have a tub, or like a dog. You have to, dogs, it's pointless because you have to have a tub to like wash them, which obviously it's easy to wash your dog in a tub, but it's not impossible if you have a shower. I suppose it has to do with like the animation. Like it might be difficult to have an animation, but maybe it's also, you know, in Sims 2 you have no vet costs. Now I'm kind of going off topic. Well, on topic, but kind of going off on a tangent. So you don't have vet costs, so you have to pay extra for the bathtub to have your dog. I don't know. It's kind of whatever. Yeah, and then with this cabin, I thought I want to have a double bed, which is not a functional double bed anyway. But then I thought I'm not making this for gameplay. I'm making this to be more realistic. And so the bed is pushed against the wall, and obviously your Sims you couldn't have two Sims sleeping in this bed unless there is a mod for it. If there is one, let me know, because that's cool. I'm kind of not up to date with mods for The Sims 2. I was never, when I played The Sims 2, okay, I was never really much of a modder. Like I didn't have mods. It took me like several years to download the teenage pregnancy mod, and nothing else really. I just thought for, oh, and then I had this mod where, might be the same one actually, might be two things in one, where your teenagers could like go to like full-time work, but it was glitchy anyway, so I kind of regretted downloading it. But you know, the teenage pregnancy mod for like storytelling or whatever, and like making, I don't know, challenges, you know, kind of challenging, where you have a toddler and then whatever. Yeah, so I was never really much of a modder in Essence 2. Like not a modder making mods, but like using mods. I didn't use mods. I used custom content because that was way easier to like install, and I did it when I was like in primary school, like elementary school. And yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't have any custom content in my game just yet. And then when I was placing this wallpaper on the in the second cabin, I thought I was looking for like a good wallpaper, and none of them fit. And then I saw these this wallpaper from the holiday stuff pack, and then I thought, I never liked it. Like I always thought like the decorations with this pack made sense, you know, wreaths and Christmas trees and the Santa outfit and Santa coming and giving presents. but it never made sense to me, like those wallpapers and like the carpets. Like you could only use them if you like built a Santa Claus hut and like a toy making, like a toy factory for your elves. Um, and so that's only I only thought about this now, but it it would make no sense to like have this kind of wallpaper in your like regular house. Like it's dumb. Like why why would you have like a Christmas themed wallpaper in your house? Christmas is like 3 days in an entire year. Even if you like spend the whole December celebrating Christmas, which is I think is kind of excessive, but it's fair enough. Like people do it. I've done it before, certainly. So no judgment, but even then, it's only 1/12 of the year. And why would you have this kind of wallpaper? Like it's weird. It's like those shops in Edinburgh in the Royal Mile, like the Christmas shop where you can buy like baubles all around the calendar, you know? Like so dumb. Like it's not dumb, okay. It's for tourists mainly, suppose. And if you're in Edinburgh, um anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about this because it doesn't really matter. I this shop is it's a nuisance, and I suppose it's a part of its appeal. Yeah. Oh, and there goes the mini fridge. I think the mini fridge is one of the like the most important. The mini fridge and the hangout interaction are like two of the most important things that were added in university, the expansion pack, the first expansion pack, which always stuns me. Um, and yeah, so I'm playing this deluxe edition or whatever, the all the packs. I downloaded this from Origin, but when I was playing before, I couldn't find my DVD, my CD, or whatever, my disc for university, so I played without it, and it was really painful because there was no mini fridge, and I love mini fridges. And suppose Essence 4 follows the same pattern because they add mini fridges as well, and it's only in university. Or maybe not, because I don't have all the packs for Lessons 4, so I'm probably wrong. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's linoleum. Right. This video is coming to an end because I didn't finish this lot. Not at all. It needs 2 more cabins, and I'll make them at some point, but I haven't made them yet. So